The time has come! Your people have gone too far, and it is high time you see the consequences of your heinous actions. I, Lobsterius Crabbius, leader of the Lobsterians, commander of the Lobstroyer Legion, king of Lobstantinople, shall vanquish thee from these sacred cosmos once and for all.
Yeah, we're a bunch of fucked up googahs, and we're gonna fuck you up so bad. Ooh, yeah!
The time has come for us to engage in harsh, brutal, unforgiving combat. We will each fight with the best of our might, but only one shall remain victorious. And hear me now, the Lobsterians shall not fall!
Yeah! Bring it on! We're gonna avenge you so hard! We're gonna take your little fucking lobster ships and roll around with them till they're all busted up! And you'll remember who the fuck we are! The fucked up little fucking googahs that are gonna make you pay!
You shall pay for the burning of our crop fields.
Yeah, we fucking did.
The raiding of our holy cities.
You got that right.
The pillaging of our sacred artifacts.
We took our little butts out and we rubbed them all over
What?
your stupid little statues.
What are you
And
doing?
then we pissed all over them and they made.
The kidnapping of our royal cabinet.
And don't forget when we made them dress up as little fucking gnomes and run around while we spit on them. And everybody pointed and laughed. And then we cooked them up and we ate them like a little fucking gumbo.
Jesus fucking Christ. The time for battle is now. Prepare thyself for the full might of the Lobsterians.
As it is written, so it shall be.
Courageous crustaceans. Charge!
Captain's log. Some days there's just nothing to report.
Hey there, fellow Antifa scum! Today we'll be talking about a fun thing we like to call operational security. Here's some handy-dandy tips and tricks for keeping your identity secure for those special nights out on the town. First and foremost, Black Bloc, the hottest fashion statement at any anti-fascist function. You want to cover up your face above all else. A balaclava is best, but a black shirt will do in a pinch. Where you're going, brands don't matter, so make sure to keep it nondescript. Black shirt, black pants, black shoes. Always in vogue on the police line. That fancy ink you got is a great form of self-expression, but unfortunately sort of defeats the purpose of blending in with those around you. Don't worry, just a quick cover-up should do the trick. Also, don't forget to use safe, encrypted forms of communication when going out. So remember, anonymity is key in this ongoing fight, so block up and go get 'em!
I'm driving around my neighborhood right now for fun. A lot of times, like, after I get off work, I work nights. Before I go home, sometimes I just end up driving around for like an hour, like 30 minutes. I'm just like listening to music. I'm just shutting up. Or sometimes there's no music and I just listen to nothing and I just sit in silence and I drive around. I think moments like these, little loading screens, are important because it's like reflection time, can be kind of meditative. A person like me, I never shut the fuck up. So when I'm alone in a car, I don't have anyone or anything to talk to. Sometimes I just shut the fuck up. I just like listen to music. My hometown, my family is like 2.5 hours from Richmond, so I drive often. I do a lot of like planning, and I think about the artistic process, and I think about my heroes, and I think about how much shit matters, even if it's only for a short period of time. A lot of my favorite bands only existed for a couple years, and they made such an impact. And I just like, I believe in the power of the car stereo. The car stereo, dude. Let's talk about the fucking car stereo. Hang on. Alright, here's the deal. Here's the fucking deal. Not only is the car stereo a powerful thing because it's one of the main ways I listen to music, and many people do. It's also like really good like place to sound test shit. Like if you like record music or you have demos, or you're listening to mixes, you know, the car test is like a thing. Like, I know my boy Will Beasley, who did our album Bad Gravity, when he finishes music, he goes in his car and he listens to it in his car, and he's like, how's it sound in his car? And I think that's ultimate. But I do a lot of like sockhead planning in the car. Like, I think about like, I don't know, anything from like best way to promote a music video that we're about to drop, like best course of action, or like considering, you know, future like out like band, like what to do with bands on our label or like our friend, you know, like there's a lot of like Destructo disc. It's just in my car, you know. It's the time when I shut up and I listen to music and I listen to something like Hum, like what I just played, that fucking surrounds me, and I'm like, damn, these nerds just made this, and it's like blowing my fucking mind, and so much music blows my mind, and Molly's the same way, and so many people are the same way. And it's like when I'm just driving around in my car after work, after a shitty day at work, and it's like I just have my little me time, and I can just sit and I can just appreciate all the shit I love, and I can think about video games, I can think about, I don't know, you can think about anything, all the time, anytime. But driving around in your car, I think is important, honestly. I think, even if it's not driving around in your car, me time, decompression time, so sick.
It's a new song.
I'm your host, Cameron, and this is my co-host, Trilobidian.
I'm a trilobite.
Welcome back.
Hey, it's Questions of the Day!
With Earth, your host, me.
The planet! Hey, planet!
Planet.
We planned for this!
Computer.
Computer!
Computer.
Hey, computer!
Fucking hate this one.
Wow! Did you hear that?
No!
It's an Amelocaris!
Excuse me really quick, I lost my temper earlier.
Hey, do you remember an Amelocaris? It's like the biggest predator of the time. It's so big, it was like a fucking foot.
Oh my goodness gracious, don't say the F word.
Hey, why don't we get that shady new intern to pass us the message of the day?
I thought we fired the intern to say
We got another one.
Hey guys, today's episode is sponsored by Brand Cola. You can get a Brand Cola at your local Walmart, gas station, or convenience store. You can find them where you buy the decks of cards.
You'll feel brand new.
And
Read the card.
today's
Read the card.
And today's card says, today's fact of the day is, Anomalocaris and its relatives are named radiofonts after their oral cones. I know what that means.
Hey, do you remember that? When Anomalocaris was originally described, they thought the oral cone was a jellyfish, a completely separate organism.
Everyone remembers that thing you did.
Yeah. Everyone's still harboring it against you.
We remember it, and it's honestly one of your biggest personality traits, and like what you probably worry about is probably true. So there's not much you can do.
Tune in at the next available 3 a.m. where you're up, and you'll see this show again. The show will be back on your TV. Doesn't matter the channel. 3:33 a.m.
That's a good time.
See you tomorrow.
Hello, friends! Today we'll be going over what to bring along when exercising your First Amendment right to assembly. First off, we always want to have at least a water bottle or two with us. Hydration is key when marching in the streets, but this also serves a secret second purpose when the pigs start rioting and lobbing their tear gas into the street. A handy bottle of H2O could be really helpful for keeping you and your comrades' peepers clean. Speaking of keeping peepers clean, we'll also want to make sure we have some stylish and functional eye protection with us. Airtight goggles are choice, but even a pair of standard safety shop glasses are helpful. Next up, we're going to want to keep a nice pair of heat-resistant gloves with us. This way, if the pigs want to play a game of hot potato with a gas canister, you'll be prepared. But what good are clear eyes and protected hands if you can't catch your breath? That's why at the very least, you'll want to have a KN95 on hand. But if things are looking really hairy, a proper respirator is the only thing that'll really do the trick. Alright, looks like you have everything you need for a radical night out. Remember to be safe and have fun!
Alright, we're here in my room. I did it myself. I made the room. Alright, I'm talking about some albums in no particular order because I just kind of grabbed a bunch. I'm talking about some albums that are really meaningful to me as an artist. I'm going to kind of run through them. Weezer, Pinkerton. Weezer, Danny from Destructo and I have matching Weezer tattoos. It's a long story. But another foundational core of Destructo is Weezer, and Pinkerton is our favorite. Gray from Smoon once, I think it was him that said, this album is kind of like an ugly look in the mirror, like looking in the mirror and like not liking what you see, but like putting that into like record form. Like this album is so good, and it came after the Blue album, and everyone loves the Blue album more. But like, regardless of what's better, like what I've always appreciated about this album is like its openness to like just like writing what he was like really feeling, like even if it made him look gross or like I don't know, like there's something like admirable about this record that I've always loved, and it rips and it's so good. And if you don't like this album, fuck off. Check this shit. This is my favorite album of all time. This is Minutemen, Double Nickels on the Dime. It's Mike Watt's signature on the cover. We got to play with him at the Camel. I don't want to talk too much about this album because I can talk so much about this album, but the Minutemen are my favorite band because they were like three best friends, and they made whatever kind of music they wanted, and that to me is like punk rock, right? Like they like ripped. They were so good at music, but like whatever it was, it didn't matter because they were just like being themselves to their fullest power. Like they just like wanted to rock. They literally just wanted to rock, so they did. This is my second favorite album of all time. It's You'd Prefer an Astronaut by Hum, but all their albums are perfect. This album rules. I'm obsessed with this band. I got to see them once in 2015, and I liked them a lot at the time, but I didn't know what I had, because I would do anything to see them again now. This album is just like really beautiful and heavy. It's so heavy, and it's so like cryptic but like personal. Like I don't know, it's one of those records like every time I listen to it, it sounds better. And then when Title Fight made this record, they were like, we gotta sound more like Hum. And Title Fight is really important to me. As I get older, I realize how important they are to me because they were kind of like the first like hardcore show I went to. Like this record rules. All their records rule. This is my personal choice, but this album brutally impacted me because like after that show, I was like, this is like what I want to be doing. This is the scene I want to be a part of. This is like I was like so like inspired. My vocal style, the only vocalist I've ever been like I want to sound like that is Ned Russin of Title Fight. Like my first band in high school, like I was trying to yell like melodically. This album has really impacted me. That's all I gotta say. So good. Haters, fuck off. I don't care. Those are some of my top shelf records. All those are taken from my top shelf. I have like a lot of these that affect me in different ways, but like a lot of these ones I've shown you are like pillars of my artistic drive and influence. And everyone has stuff like this, like that makes them want to do it. And like these are just mine, and like a lot of other members of Destructo discs too. But what are yours? Thank you. We wrote that song today.
He's lying.
What is a juggalo? Welcome back to Questions About the Earth. I'm your human host, Cameron. And we're the Dream Team. Aww. So cute. Why don't we ask the computer? Did you hear that?
You heard that. You heard it.
It's hallucigenia, the tiny lobopodian panarthropod. Period. Fossils from this guy have only been found in Canada and China.
I've never
maybe
been.
some places out west in the United States.
They must like the letter
too.
C because those countries both start with that letter.
Well, I start with the letter C too, and I've got a fact for you. Did you know hallucigenia likely lived inside of sponges?
Sponges? Oh,
Hey, why don't we get the question of the day?
sponges? They clean up dirt. Like dirty work by Steely Dan.
Something just washed up.
Whoa. I don't wanna see your dirty work no more. Go, 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 go. Today's fact of the day, brought to you by Brand Cola. Hallucigenia had a spiny back that protected it from Cambrian predators. The fossil was originally interpreted upside down.
I was in your mind all along, and you really did take those insane pills, and you aren't wearing your crazy medication today, and everything is in your head, like a cartoon. I'm a cartoon supervillain in your head, and you're losing it. It's like Fight Club 2. I know you haven't read it, but it's like Fight Club 2. I'm your Tyler Durden. Check it out. You need to go to
Wake
Taco Bell.
up.
Get
Wake
a
up, wake up,
glass,
wake up,
and
wake up, 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 wake up. Cam, what's wrong?
I don't know, I just really want some Baja Blast now.
And that's why you never have relations with a Flordonian. I'll tell you, computer, the tentacles on those things will get you at the... This seems worth investigating.
Well, traveler. You have made it to the final stage of your perilous journey. Though you have already grappled with many a trial and tribulation, you have one final task to complete before being granted the infinite power of the cosmos and becoming my galactic servant, and...
Hey, sorry to interrupt. This seems like quite the speech you have prepared, but, I think you're mixing me up with somebody else.
What? Are you not a courageous hero on a treacherous quest in search of power and glory?
Courageous hero? Yes. On some sort of a quest? No. Got no idea what's going on here.
I'm a little confused. How did you get here then?
Saw a glowing portal, drove through it, here I am.
Oh. So you didn't go to the caves of Littoral and find the sacred crystal of Aquarius? You didn't journey to the deepest reaches of the Dretian Red Sea and battle the great nine-limbed Berentian the Brutal?
Nope.
There was no encrypted message from the Corvonian constellation to bring through the passage of the Punstel?
Negative. Sorry, comrade. Sort of just, showed up here.
Huh.
Yep.
I mean, that really...
No, yeah, just sort of feels like I skipped to the end of some other guy's thing.
I had like a whole thing planned out.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. It seemed really involved. I feel feel bad for,
No, yeah, I'm sorry. This is really embarrassing for me. This never happens.
Of course. Well, I think I should probably get going.
Sure, absolutely. This has really made me rethink this whole thing. If you just want to fly out the way you came in, I'm going to close this whole thing down and reassess.
All right, sounds good to me. Sorry again for,
Hey, it's my own fault. It's my own fault.
Wait, no, wait, but Berencian and the passage, I did everything I was supposed to. No, it can't be. No.
Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. I was just playing with my fidget spinner. Damn, this thing's sick. Alright, enough talk. This is where I do a lot of work for Sockhead Records, which is a record label that is run by Molly and I and Destructo. And we founded the label in 2019, and it's been almost 5 years now, and we've managed to do a lot, and it's really starting to feel like, now when I call it a record label, it really is starting to feel like we are an independent record label. When it started, we were still in Winchester, in our hometown, and the scene in Winchester is a lot different than, a place like Richmond, in that there wasn't really one. There were only like 2 places you could play music. For some reason, we hadn't put out CDs before. And we were like, why don't we make CDs? Like, what's stopping us? Like, why haven't we done that? We were like, why don't we just make a record label, like a name, so we can catalog CD releases, so this would be Sockhead #1. Like I said, we were in Winchester, there wasn't a scene. So when we started the label, like, we put out our CDs, and then people responded well to it. When we moved to Richmond, it got a little different. Sockhead merch had mostly been Destructo stuff, but when we moved here, and started meeting other bands to work with, like Strawberry Moon was the first big one. We ran into them at Mac Rock, or we got each other's contact info, and they were like, hey, we have this album we're working on and we want to put it out on a label. And then we were like, you're in a position where actually that's exactly what we can do for you, and we are looking for a Richmond band to have on the label so we can start becoming like a Richmond label. And it like totally worked out, and Strawberry Moon rules, and like a lot of these have like minimum of 100, so like there's like well over like 1,000 Sockhead physical releases out in the world, and I think that's sick. Like, that makes me feel like a record label. That makes me feel like we've done something. It's also another thing that's always in the back of my head is that when I was in my first band in high school, like this like daydream in the back of my head, I just wanted like a cool little record label to like find us and like help us. I just wanted like someone to be like, yeah, I'll make your CDs. A lot of times I'm like, all right, I want to do that. We just put out the new Ghost Piss album, Dream Girl. Phenomenal record. Sad Roach from DC, 2-piece. They rule. Over Underdog and Sleepy Go Lucky. This one's sick. Got Rhinestone Pickup Truck from North Carolina. They're also one of the first bands we signed like early on. Strawberry Moon, My Offering EP, so good. Look at this thing, it's so cute. It's like a little seashell. Ah! One of the core values of Sockhead is like a little help from my friends. The label is run by us in Destructo, but we get our friends to do art. We get our friends' involvement. We work with people we know. It's all, it's do it yourself, but it never is actually doing it yourself. Like, you have people in your life that influence you, inspire you, work with you. Do it yourself is really like a community thing.
Enough of the bullshit. We're gonna play an old one. girl like girl blood, fighting for equality and skill and chumps. Cross the wall of the local clubs. Fueled by feminism and hard drugs. Records on politics, I like this right there. All of the oppressment that is staying in my way. I'm not a plaything, motherfucker giving us who needs a king. Was a right girl, having us a cup. God, no average ordinary dead job. Girl, won't take all abuse, then I can look a bitch. Then you have excuses, girl. The king killed, the nail and element, no stop the room on. And I never really movement, all of these things, everywhere, so was a riot. Girl. Girl, gotta be cool, taking what you know, breaking all the rules, screaming in your face till your ears get tender, teaching you one thing about race, and then I like that chick your ass, that's unfair, hiding my brutality behind dyed hair, never get charged, don't know shit, everyone talk shit, if you need me in the fit, girl, that no pill in my head and those others, I just feel them into the ground, where I belong. Oh yeah, come on, baby.